Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terrence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez.
And, you know, I mean, it's a circus, man. To me, when I hear things like that, man, that's not good for boxing, man. To be honest with you, and especially the face of boxing, the pound-for-pound king, trying to fight these little guys, you know? I mean, I don't think that's cool.
If you think Canelo versus Crawford is the biggest fight of the year, think again. On the surface, it looks like a dream fight, 2 top fighters in 1 ring, but in reality, it's more about money, hype, and flashy promotions than real legacy or skill.
It looked like your son should have got the opportunity.
Embarrassing, man. You know, that would be embarrassing.
And how do you feel about Canelo?
It would be embarrassing for me to even ask for a fight with Terrence Crawford, you know, with David Benavidez. Come on, you know, it's embarrassing, you know? It's like me trying to go to fight Usyk. Come on, bro, you know? It's a big difference. Canelo's too big for Terrence Crawford, you know? It's all about money. I think that Canelo does not need to fight for belts. He could go and do exhibitions and he'll make the same money that he's making, because at the end of the day, you know, he's Canelo. He's worked so hard and people will pay to go see him. But I just believe that he has fucking belts hostage, you know? He's not giving people opportunities, you know, and I don't know why the organizations are allowing that. Why not make it mandatory? We waited for 4 years, man. Mandatory, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, man, I don't even want to talk about Canelo.
What about that?
Now, you know, that now we have Diego Pacheco at 168. Now, you know, it's like Canelo, you know, like, but I would even think that he would never face Diego Pacheco at this point.
Let me explain. This fight is being sold as historic, but who really wanted it? Who benefits from it? And who's taking the bigger risk? This could be the most one-sided fight with the biggest marketing push we've ever seen. Here's the truth about Canelo versus Crawford.
Crawford versus Canelo.
I hate it. I don't like it one bit. I think that Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I think that Canelo is one of those folks. But Canelo is fighting at 168. Which means he's walking around heavier. And I appreciate Canelo Alvarez coming on this show, having me interview him last week before his victory over Munguia, which I knew would happen. I appreciate his honesty and his candor, but I was honest too. He knows what I want. I want what all boxing fans want. We want to see the reigning, defending super middleweight champion of the world fighting against another super middleweight champion in David Benavidez.
This all started when Turki Alalshik, the Saudi entertainment boss funding boxing events, decided to make another big show. After putting together huge fights like Fury versus Usyk and Joshua versus Ngannou, now he's bringing Canelo and Crawford into the same ring.
It's happened. Canelo Crawford, 13th of September in Las Vegas. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, Canelo. Thank you, Crawford. Thank you, Netflix. Bella. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, all your team in Netflix. Thank you, Nick Khan, TKO. Thank you, Dana, my brother, he will promote this fight with me. Thank you for Salah, Dr. Rakan, my old friend, Dr. Rakan. Thank you to Riyadh Season, Faisal. Thank you to Fatal Fury, SNK. Thank you to the Ring Magazine. Thank you for everyone. This is the biggest fight in boxing and in the history in the last 10 years and maybe more. Thank you, Shepard, from the team of Canelo. Thank you, Ash, the Hunters. And this is very good opportunity for the talent in boxing. We will make the undercard, all the undercard, about talent, because we have the biggest fight. We don't need big fight in the undercard. For that, we will give the chance for the talent. If you think you are ready to be in the undercard of Canelo Crawford, come talk with us. And maybe you will have chance. Thank you. and see you in Vegas the 13th of September, inshallah.
Yes, it feels like a big deal. Crawford just beat Errol Spence and became the undisputed champ at welterweight. Canelo is still the biggest name in boxing and has ruled the super middleweight division for years. But don't let the hype fool you. This fight doesn't make much sense physically.
Crawford can make Canelo look bad just like Mayweather did, okay, and just took him to school without running. Or we'll see, Canelo just annihilate him because of the weight. You have to remember that Crawford is a 47-pounder or 54-pounder, coming and Canelo has fought he's probably weighed 200 pounds in the ring at one point. So and it makes a huge difference, guys. 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds makes a huge difference. So especially at the elite level. So I think it's a great fight. I just think that the press conferences were freaking lame.
Why?
Just because it was all staged. I mean, come on, guys. Look, if you want to see Canelo pissed off, take a look at my press conference. Right now.
Let's be honest. When you remove the fame, the hype, and the Saudi money, this is not the super fight boxing fans asked for. Crawford is naturally a 147-pound fighter. That's where he built his name. Even at 154, he was still untested. Now he's jumping straight to 168.
I don't gotta knock him out to beat him. He's never been knocked out before, but he lost fights before. So everybody, that's coming in thinking that I need a knockout to beat Canelo Alvarez is wrong. And that's not the approach that, we taking this fight. If the knockout comes, then it comes. But we're not going in there to knock him out. We're not looking for the knockout.
So you've said if you win, you feel you're on the Mount Rushmore.
I didn't say if I win.
Okay.
I said when I win.
When you win. Well, with that, what is Terence Crawford's legacy with a win over Canelo?
Listen, I already said it. I'm on that mountain. Ain't nothing left to say.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Crawford is about to fight at super middleweight against a man who's been dominant in that division for years. Canelo has fought at 160, 168, and even 175 pounds. He's taken punches from much bigger fighters and stayed strong. That's a natural 21-pound difference.
I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to he walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't win me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders? Oh.
He pissed me off. He pissed me off, so it's gonna be almost the same.
On June 28th, Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Size matters in boxing. Every pound affects the power of punches and how well a fighter can take hits. Crawford has great speed, timing, and fight IQ, but now he's up against a guy who's used to fighting much heavier opponents. Can Crawford's power still work? Can he survive Canelo's body shots?
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You mention me one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look.
It's gonna be me.
I don't care about nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass, and he gonna be next. Watch.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
History shows this doesn't end well. Kell Brook moved up to 160 and got his face broken by GGG. Amir Khan did the same and got knocked out by Canelo. Mikey Garcia went up to fight Spence and didn't win a round. Skill can't always beat size. That's why weight classes exist.
the others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's gonna be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
when one fighter is so much bigger, the fight stops feeling like a fair challenge. It becomes more about money. Even if Crawford fights well, it'll likely turn into a slow match where Canelo walks forward and wears him down with big shots. Crawford will need to be perfect just to survive, and that's not fun to watch.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo. I got Canelo too. I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more. Yeah. However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality. Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out till that day comes. It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown is how you get down. Right, right.
And if Canelo wins, people will say he just beat a smaller guy. No extra respect for that. If he loses, he'll be criticized for losing to someone from 2 divisions below. So who really wins here? Not boxing, not the rankings, just the brands. Of 2 big stars, thanks to Turkey's big budget. This isn't a legacy fight, it's a show.
Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring. You know what's laughable also? Dana White being named the promoter of this fight, considering he's never been in the boxing space. Has no stable of boxers. He didn't negotiate. And is being handed this fight on a silver platter and called promoter. He's the trust fund baby of boxing. That's it. The trust fund baby of boxing. And get this. The fight will take place during the day on September 13th in Las Vegas. During the day. So Canelo will fight during the day on Netflix just to accommodate UFC Noche later that evening on a different network. So does that mean this fight isn't important? Do they not give a fuck about the fans or viewership? Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC with a roster of names I've never heard of is going on prime time. Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh, and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing. Yeah, Canelo will fight anywhere. Anytime he's told, because he doesn't give a... All he cares is about the money. Doesn't give a... Fans.
Even Oscar De La Hoya, who's promoted some of the biggest boxing events ever, doesn't like this fight. He called it a joke, saying it's more about politics and power than real competition. And now, things get even weirder. Dana White, the UFC boss, is helping promote it too. It shows it's not about legacy. It's about money, tension, and making it look big.
There's a lot of fucked up things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing. If we sign a deal, I gotta fucking get on my phone quick and go, hey, we just fucking, because 90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Is that fight happening in Vegas still? Because
I'll let you guys know when it's time to let you know.
Sure, a lot of boxing experts are excited. It's 2 big names in one ring that will always make headlines. It'll get views. But let's not lie to ourselves. This isn't a real legacy fight. More like an exhibition match with big names attached.
Crawford is going to fight Canelo because even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is two action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
This fight isn't about legacy, rankings, or real boxing fans. It's about fame, it's about money, it's about putting on a show. But what does it really give to the sport? Not much.
Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel...
Of course, yeah. I like Terence. But I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight, and but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. But I want Canelo to win. And he can win for sure. But Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him. And I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
Of course, we'll all watch it. It'll look amazing with all the lights in Riyadh. But in the end, it won't help boxing move forward. It's just a flashy event for casual fans to talk about, while real fighters in each weight class keep working for fights that actually matter.
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Boxing fans had different dream fights in mind. For Canelo, it was David Benavidez, young, hungry Mexican fighter who's undefeated in fights in Canelo's weight class. That would have been a real test. That fight made sense.
I'm tired of missing out on these fights. And I want the boxing community, because y'all cover it more than me, you cover it better than me, because you live it and breathe it and eat it every day. Could you help a brother out? How much help can I give y'all to help put pressure on these promoters to give us the damn fights we want to see? I want Canelo versus Benavidez. I don't want Benavidez fighting Beterbiev. I want him fighting his natural weight class, super middleweight, against Saul Canelo Alvarez. That is the fight we should all be demanding. That brother has earned a shot. And I understand Canelo, the businessman. He's like, he had to go through a lot and had to fight through everybody before he got on the top of the mountain where he could dictate terms. I totally understand that, and I'm not throwing no shade on Canelo. I'm just saying, we want to see this fight, especially if Benavidez handles his business this weekend. Canelo, we deserve to see that fight.
For Crawford, it was Jaron Boots Ennis, a rising star in the welterweight division and one of the most avoided fighters in boxing. That's the fight real fans wanted.
What about the Terence Bud Crawford fight? I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering them questions, and if a fight happened, it happened. I want it to happen, but if not, yeah.
After Crawford beat Spence, the natural next step was to see if he could beat the next generation. Though that fight would have shown if Crawford is still unbeatable or if it's time for the new era to shine.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
my
and
favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I could bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talking. But until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy, you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
But instead, we're getting a strange matchup where one guy is clearly smaller and the other is playing it safe. It might be the biggest fight in size and promotion, but it's definitely not the best matchup we could have had. So now it's your turn. Do you think Crawford has a real chance? Is this a legit fight or just another Saudi money event? Team Canelo or Team Bud? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like and subscribe. See you next time.